And welcome in again. One more time, Ultimate Soccer brings you the pre-game Wrexham AFC on the road at Crawley Town. I'll tell you what, Broadfield Stadium's going to be an interesting place this weekend. It's going to be loud. And it's a place we're going into where Crawley have some phenomenal home form. We're going to give you all the details. Stick with it. And to finish, we got news on the Dragon winners. Stick around, Stevie G, Terry R. We got news for you guys. And we've also got news for baby dragons. If you've got kids, I got kids. If you've got kids, we got a lovely couple of dragons coming through towards the end. You want to see them. They're absolutely amazing. Nothing like the daddy dragons. These are baby dragons, but they're really bloody cool. If you want to win one, all you got to do is stick around to the end, like the last show, and we'll email them out. We got news for Stevie G and Terry R towards the end. Stick around, fellas. You'll be interested to hear what's coming your way. But listen, the show, it's all about the news from Wrexham, men and the women. We're going to talk the schedule. We're going to talk the table. We're going to give you some news about Crawley FC, the news that you need to know. Then we're going to take a look at what I'm thinking is coming down the line, the prediction. Like I say, the baby dragons, the adult dragons news, and to finish, some news about David Beckham and what I personally feel. And I'm a little pissed off about what I'm looking at, but you'll see what I'm saying towards the end. You never see me get angry, and I'm not angry. And I'm a little bit pissed off of what I've seen with David Beckham this week. And I think you might know what I mean. But if you don't, stick around. Let's get into this right now. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the women's AFC team. And I'll tell you what, 3 games in, they're doing damn good. Last time out, 5-1 win on the road at Barrytown United, ladies. So that's putting Wrexham in a really good position. Right now, Wrexham AFC women, get this, top of the league, level on points with Aberystwyth and Cardiff City. Wrexham are on top, 11 goals scored, 4 conceded, plus 7 on the goals. But it's 2 wins and a draw that puts Wrexham ladies on top. Or if you like Wrexham women better, Wrexham women on top. So fantastic, fantastic, fantastic news. Now, I've got a couple of things. You see there's 2 names, FIFASCUP and Rosie Hughes. If you go to the Wrexham AFC website, and I'm a big fan of it, I love what they do, but there's no pictures for these 2 and a couple of others. Why not? Why not? They're sitting top of the league, guys. I mean, whoever is in charge of the web admin for that website, get on it. I want a picture of Rosie Hughes and FIFASCUP and the rest that are not there putting up, please. I mean, why is Rosie Hughes not on the board with a picture? I mean, come on. There's got to be something wrong with that down below. What do you think? Should Rosie have a picture? Should Ava have a picture? I think all the ladies should. There's something wrong with that picture by not being there, right? Just saying, just saying. Different angles this show. We're going to move it along. But, hey, moving on. Let's take a look at the schedule. So taking a look at the schedule so far, obviously Mansfield Town, 1 game in, 0-0 on the road. Remember, 5 games on the road this month in October. Cold, nasty October. If we come through this and are still in the playoff spots, we did really amazing in the month of October. Remember, 5-2, 5 on the road, 2 at the Racecourse Ground. It's going to be a tough game. And I mean, as you know, Crawley Town is the next one up, and that's on the road. Broadfield Stadium, lovely stadium. Pretty decent stadium. Not as good as the Racecourse Ground, not even close to the Racecourse Ground, but it is a nice stadium, and it's your prototypical League 2 type of stadium. Then after that, you got to say it's a nasty, nasty, nasty game again with Crew Alexandra, who right now are sitting 3rd in the table. And remember, we had a 3-3 draw with those guys recently. So looking at the month of October, like I told you about a month ago, it's going to be a real tough month. And like I say, if we stay within the race, we've done really well. And Phil Parkinson and the guys, Ryan and Rob, and every one of you and me, and Wrexham fans worldwide, can be pretty happy if we stay anywhere near 4th to 7th after October. I'm just seeing that it's going to be a really tough month. Now, moving along, let's take a look at the table. Pretty interesting looking at the table, yeah. Notts County sitting on top, having a great season. AFC Wimbledon doing very well too. And Crew Alexandra, who we play next, sitting 3rd, doing very, very, very well. 5-5-1. Only 1 loss on the season. Wimbledon, only 1 loss on the season. Notts County, 2 losses on the season, just like us. There we are, sitting in 9th. And we're only just out of the playoff spots, and a win this weekend over Crawley Town will put us back into the playoff spots. So that's what I'm looking for. But like I say, sitting in 9th, It's not a nightmare. It's where I said we should be. And looking towards the mid-phase of the season, that's when I would say own a spot in the top three. Let the top three have the pressure. Notts County, Wimbledon, Crewe. Let them have the pressure right now. I don't need extra pressure on our guys. We need to stay low, fly low, keep the points coming in, take people out on the road, win the home games, and solidify at minimum a playoff spot, if not an automatic place. But looking at the table, like I say, I'm quite happy where we are. If you're not happy, down below, you know what to do, guys. You know what to do. Don't forget, we've got Beckham news coming up and news about the adult and the baby dragons coming through. Now, I got to say, the table is what it is, but let's take a look at some of the Crawley news that you need to know before we get into this game with a spicing of Wrexham to start off. Let's get into that. Okay, taking a look at Crawley, but before we do, I've got a little bit of Wrexham news to get out to you. On the weekend, don't expect to see Ryan Barnett on the field. He's still suspended, sadly, because I love seeing him on the field. I love what he brings. I love his enthusiasm. He's a great little player. The future looks bright for him. But again, this weekend, he's not going to be on the field or available for selection. And I doubt whether you'll see him in the crowd. Is there any point going if he can't play? He might as well watch it on TV, yeah? But again, Ryan Barnett, love him. I think he's got a lot to bring. I think he's got a bright future. What do you think about Ryan Barnett? Who's your favourite player? I know my favourite player of all, it's not Paulie Mullin. I love Paulie. I love a lot of the guys. But I really do appreciate what Elliot Lee brings. I'm a big Elliot Lee fan. You've heard it before. I love all the guys, but I'm a big fan of Elliot. And I got to say, he's doing absolutely monstrously well so far in League Two. But who's your favourite player? Down below, you know what to do. As for Wrexham this weekend, a win will put us over Crawley back into the playoff spots. And I got to tell you, I'm looking for that to happen. It's going to be tough, though. It's going to be tough. Like I said, Crawley are banging in the goals. Now, let's talk of some points about Crawley before we move along. You got to say, Crawley sitting fifth right now. Their record so far in the league, 6 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses, 20 goals scored, 19 against, +1 on the goals category for 20 points. They're doing very well. Sitting fifth, I'd be quite happy if I was Crawley, because last year they only just avoided relegation by 3 points. They could have been a National League team this year. Well, they're not. They're still in League Two. So, other things you've got to look about. And we're talking about Scott Lindsay's team here. I mean, like I say, he's doing very well with this team. The last game away was a 2-0 loss at Doncaster Rovers and Tuesday night. And looking at Crawley, like I say, top players, 2 guys you want to look out for. I'm looking at 2 players, both on 4 goals right now. Adam Campbell and Danilo Orzi, both on 4 goals, both playing very well. We've got to keep an eye on those 2 guys. Got to keep an eye on the ball as well. But those 2 guys, don't give them room. Don't give them space. Don't give them time. Remember the names, Campbell and Orzi. I don't want to see me be right again. I seem to pick out the guys who score on us quite consistently. So let's hope I'm wrong this weekend, hey? They've, yeah, absolutely. I've got to say, the hosts will look to continue their unbeaten record in League Two this season. Did you hear that? That's pretty monstrous, eh? Their unbeaten League Two this season at home. We have got a tough number. We have got a tough number this weekend. Head-to-head, if you're interested, in total, the sides have played 6 times. The last meeting during the 2010-2011 season at the Racecourse Ground, which ended 0-0, and that was February 16th, 2011. So that's what I'm saying about Crawley. It's going to be a really tough game. We could win this one with a proper performance, but that means all the lines have got to be going, and we've got to get the ball out from the back and start the playing game again. The last few games, we have not been on it, and I think Phil Parkinson is a little concerned right now because we have come up against some real standard, some real level of ball players in the last 5 to 6 games, which is slowing us down a little bit. We need to get brave. We need to impose ourselves on the game. We need the midfield to start firing like an engine room should fire and play the link play. Get the forwards going. Feed the forward line. Protect the defense. And obviously keep Arthur in goal on a clean sheet. It's going to be a tough game. I hate saying it, but all these games are really getting tougher by the week. As the teams get gelled, so do we. But you can't win them all, they say. Let's start winning a few more than we have, and that'll put us in the high end of the promotion playoffs, if not into 3rd or 2nd. And like I say, Notts County sitting in 1st. It's a bit of a pisser, really, when you think about it, but it is what it is, yeah? Let's take a look at the table as it stands. Looking at the table, Notts County on top, as you see, AFC Wimbledon Crew in third, and the rest of the playoff teams you can see as well. We're sitting in ninth at the moment, which, don't be worried, we need to move up halfway through the season, stay in the playoffs until the mid-phase, then slowly own an automatic place for the final phase of the season, say the last 20 games. Let's have someone else have the pressure in first, second, and third, and not Wrexham. Eventually, one of them teams in first, second, and third will not be there. And that's what we've got to counter and got to rely on, is that our good form moving forward will get us into the top three, automatic promotion. But again, I don't need to win this league. I don't need to come first or second. I just need to be in the top three. That would be the goal. If we finish in the playoffs, well, then it's not a done deal either, but it does still give us a chance to pop out of League Two into League One. So that's the table. And to finish off, I told you we were going to take a little look at David Beckham. And I've met Beckham a couple of times, and he's a lovely fella, absolutely glorious fella. When LA Galaxy were playing in North America, I had the honor of promoting a couple of games where David Beckham and the LA Galaxy were playing in Canada. So big thrill, and he's top. He's top draw, mate. Honestly, no ego, no arrogance. He's just a normal guy. He really is a lovely, normal guy. And he gave me the time of day. In fact, I'll say this much. I sat down and talked with Beckham the second time for about 40 minutes. Nobody was around, just me and him, talking after lunch. And he was more interested in what I do in the media than what he was doing himself. It was crazy. It was crazy. But like I say, if you ever get the chance to meet Beckham, he's a lovely man and he's deadly normal. He's a normal guy. He lives an eccentric lifestyle, obviously, but he's a normal guy. Now, what's got me hot under the collar with Netflix? Well, I'll tell you. Have a look at that picture right now. Take a look at that picture, because I think you can see what those arrows are telling you, right? David Beckham is a man. He looks like a man. This picture here, I tell you what, the ears, the hair, the mouth, the rouge, and the eyebrows. Well, categorically, the hair, the little blonde add-ons, the ear, that's not his ear. You take a look at David Beckham's ear. That is not his ear. The rouge, Beckham doesn't wear rouge. The mouth, that's not his mouth. And the eyebrows, those are not his eyebrows. What is Netflix trying to do? Are they trying to feminize David Beckham? Because that looks like a girl Beckham to me. That doesn't look like man Beckham. That looks like a girl. You can say I'm a little bit rude. And I told you I was going to bring you a little bit of spice towards the end. Do you think Netflix is making Beckham look a bit feminine? Because I do. And I think that they needed to not do that. There's far better pictures that they could have put on David Beckham's documentary than that. To me, it seems literally deliberate. That is not David Beckham's face, ear, rouge, mouth, nose. I tell you what, it looks like a woman Beckham. What do you think? Anyway, like I said, not being rude, but when something doesn't seem right in the world of football, I will pick it out and I will pick that scab. And I'll do it the right way, like I just did. Guys, get ready for the big Wrexham game. Tell me what you think about the game, the score, your favourite player. David Beckham. Is it David Beckham or is it David Beckham looking like a girl? Because I'll tell you what, Netflix, you got it really wrong, and that is absolute garbage. Garbage. I tell you, I'm not angry. I just tell you, that is not right. I would not want a picture of me looking like a woman. And I'm sure a woman wouldn't want a picture of her looking like a man. Anyway, that's all we got time for. I hope you got something to say down below. And I'll tell you what, I want to hear what your score is for the day. And get ready for your Dragons, guys. That's all we got time for. I'm looking for the game. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be in a few hours' time. Pass it around. Get on to Ultimate Soccer. And remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and join us next pre-game and every show that comes through. If you're really interested about the EPL, we're going to release an EPL prediction show straight after this one. Thanks for watching. Come back for more. I'm glad you're there. And like, subscribe, pass it around, get your mates to like it as well. Let's have it, Wrexham. Let's get 3 points. We need it. We need it, and we need it badly. Cheers.